Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Sunshine Reports. My name is Oduayo Sawyer. The Ondo State government says it will support and collaborate with the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority to boost agricultural production, improve water resource management, and promote youth involvement in agribusiness. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa spoke while receiving the management team of the authority, led by its Managing Director Olufemi Adekambi in Akure. The governor expressed optimism that the new leadership of the agency will make a meaningful impact despite the gaps in achieving the original goals of river basin authorities. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports.
At the governor's office in Akure, members of the Benin-Owena River Basin Development Authority, led by Managing Director Femi Adekombi, met with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to align on strategies for improving food sufficiency in Ondo State.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies. Good afternoon, distinguished guests.
Adekombi congratulated Governor Aiyedatiwa on his electoral victories and reaffirmed the agency's commitment to align with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, particularly in addressing the national food security emergency. He highlighted the agency's interventions in the state, including the completion of major dams, erosion control projects, and concrete channelization works in Akure.
We seek to strengthen collaboration with your administration in the following critical areas: enhancing security across farming zones, expanding and rehabilitating irrigation for infrastructure and farmland, supporting farmers with input and machinery, promoting agricultural, especially at the Wena Dam, developing agro-processing or to reduce post-harvest loss. And most importantly, Your Excellency, implementing our youth in agricultural initiative, aim at empowering the new generation through sustainable agricultural training and inclusive economic opportunities.
Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed the readiness of his administration to partner with the agency in enhancing agricultural production, improving water resource management, and encouraging youth participation in agribusiness across the state. He says the government is providing targeted support for smallholder farmers through improved access to inputs, irrigation services, and infrastructure development. The governor also disclosed ongoing efforts to deliver clean, potable water to Akure and surrounding communities through a World Bank-supported water project using the completed Owena Dam. He emphasized plans to activate agribusiness initiatives in all government areas.
We are here to collaborate with you. Your office is in Benin, but you have a local office here in the state. So unfortunately, I've not gotten a brief from your state before now. I never even knew that you have an office in the state, but it's good to know that you have one. So now that we want to have presence in terms of farm in every local government within your mandate area, so the state office will be more active going forward, even with my own instruction to all my 18 local government channel that they must embrace agri and agribusiness. We're also trying to encourage our youth, to go into farming, into agribusiness. In fact, we actually have an agency, Osrc, which is saddled with mobilizing, encouraging youth and even farmers in general into agri and agribusiness. They should see agriculture not just self-subsistence only, that it can be a real business that they can invest in.
On land management, Aiyedatiwa acknowledged challenges of illegal occupation on the agency's lands due to years of neglect, but assures that his administration is open to negotiation. He proposed the creation of farming zones for displaced local farmers and promised engagement with traditional rulers to reclaim encroached assets for agricultural use. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has paid a courtesy visit to the Agoireti Leprosarium camp. represented by Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Taiwo Fashoranti, and accompanied by Special Advisor on Women Affairs, Dr. Osamaye. Dr. Fashoranti reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting the community. Addressing 6 key concerns raised by residents, the governor announced immediate actions including improved medical care, regular salary payment, recruitment of domestic staff, employment opportunities for youth, and empowerment programs for artisans. The camp's leadership is expected to meet with the government to ensure effective implementation. The Ondo State House of Assembly has passed into law the 2025 Appropriation Bill of the Ondo State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, OSOPADEC. The bill, which has a balanced projection of over 33 billion naira, reflects the economic reality of the state and prioritizes inclusive development across all mandate areas. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi now reports.
The passage of the 2025 OSOPADEC Appropriation Bill was sequel to the presentation of the ad hoc committee reports. The bill, estimated at 33,860,150,000 naira, focuses on capital projects, empowerment, and scholarship programs for residents of the mandate areas. Chairman of the committee and lawmaker representing SL the constituency, Oluwatoyin Allen, explained that the projected revenue of 40% of the 13% oil derivation fund is in tandem with the provisions for OSOPADEC in the 2025 budget of Ondo State. Other lawmakers who spoke on the budget acknowledged the significant role of the Commission in maintaining peace in the coastal area of the state through implementation of various developmental projects. The Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, advised OSOPADEC management to ensure equitable distribution of projects across all mandate areas. Then the budget was passed into law after a voice vote.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The bill of OSOPADEC is now passed into law for the use of the good people of Ondo State. Thank you.
The 2025 OSOPADEC Appropriation Law is expected to drive sustainable development, peace, and economic inclusion in the oil-producing communities of Ondo State. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
In another development, the Ondo State House of Assembly has received the report of its ad hoc committee set up to investigate the remote causes of the crisis at Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo. The committee, after thorough deliberations and consultations, has made far-reaching recommendations aimed at restoring lasting peace and progress to the institution. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi again reports.
Following recent unrest and lingering issues at Rufus Giwa Polytechnic, Owo, the Ondo State House of Assembly constituted an ad hoc committee to unravel the root causes of the crisis and provide sustainable solutions. Presenting its report at the floor of the House through its chairman, Stephen Abitogun, the committee recommended that the school management, workers' unions, and the student union should engage in regular dialogue in resolving internal disputes and promote institutional harmony.
The payment of 6 months salary arrears of workers should be given utmost attention and priority by the concerned authorities. This go a long way in resolving the fact that an hungry man is an angry man.
Also, to forestall future unrest, the committee advised the school management to adopt a more diplomatic approach when responding to agitations by union leaders.
School management, workers' union, and students' union, as well as some other concerned individual bodies, should collaborate with Mr. Governor through a courtesy visit
in a bid to boost the institution's internally generated revenue. Other legislators who spoke tagged the school management on generating funds internally. The Speaker, Olamide Oladiji, while appreciating the committee for a job well done, promised to work closely with the executive arm of government in order to ensure implementation of the recommendations, aiming to restore stability and enhance the quality of education at the institution.
The government invite all the stakeholders, the rector and the management team, workers union and the council for a meeting to keep them abreast of the riot act as well as the penalty for the violators. Agree to?
It will be recalled that in April 2025, staff of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Owo protested over unpaid salaries and the non-implementation of the national minimum wage, leading to an indefinite strike. Meanwhile, a bill for a law to amend the University of Medical Sciences Teaching Hospital Ondo State Law 2019 has also scaled through second reading and has been committed to a Adult Committee on Health for scrutiny. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
At the biennial general meeting of OSBC Cooperative Multipurpose Society, a new executive team was elected to lead for the next 2 years. Mr. Biodun Bolaji emerged as president. Tolulope Oyibodi reports.
The 2024-2025 biennial general meeting of the Ondo State Broadcasting Corporation (OSBC) Cooperative Multipurpose Society held at the Osrc premises provided a platform to review financial records and reappoint leadership for another term. All executive members, having served satisfactorily, were returned unopposed.
I promise before Almighty God and all the corporators seated here that we will be loyal, prudent in spending of society's funds, and I will abide with the regulation and the rules guiding the cooperative society in the state.
General Secretary Akin Olaitan pledged continued service on behalf of the team.
To our fellow cooperators, we want to thank you for your support in the past, and we also want to admonish us that we continue to support the executive for the betterment and the growth of the society.
Other elected executives include Idowu Adegoke as treasurer, Tunde Fadairo as auditor, and Ezekiel Omoniyi as welfare officer. The Director General of OSRC, Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, represented by his technical assistant Collins Olagundoye, tasked the cooperators to prioritize savings.
Sometimes people will say, the civil servants are buying this, they are buying houses, they are doing this. They don't know that they have been, keeping, investing into their future, and that is what you are doing. They have asked me to let you know that this is quite encouraging, and that he would like that you do more of it, and he will be there for you at any point in time.
Ondo State Cooperative Services urged members to prioritize and increase savings to strengthen the society's financial stability.
Building of houses, line of cars, sending our children to good school, it is the true cooperative society. The money we are handing, if we want to save money in the bank, before a day runs out, commitment will come on the money you put in the bank and you spend it.
President of the society, Biodun Bolaji, assured members of renewed commitment to their welfare.
I'll work for them. I promise, I'll work for them.
As the new leadership begins its 2-year tenure, members anticipate greater prudence, transparency, and accountability. Tolulope Oyibodi, OSRC News.
And the rainy season is here again, and with it, a worrying spike in malaria cases. Experts say this rise is linked to the ideal breeding conditions the season creates for mosquitoes, the primary carriers of the disease. Our correspondent, Taiwo Adewumi, reports.
pools of stagnant water, a common sight during heavy rains, provide the perfect environment for mosquitoes to breed. According to the World Health Organization, Nigeria accounts for about 27% of global malaria cases and 32% of malaria-related deaths, a grim statistic made worse during the rainy season. Research indicates that areas with above average rainfall see a 30 to 40% increase in malaria transmission due to expanded mosquito breeding grounds. A medical practitioner, Dr. Olaobado, highlights effective prevention strategies including the use of insecticide-treated nets, indoor residual spraying, and proper drainage of stagnant water. These measures, he says, are essential in cutting down malaria risks, especially now.
This is the time that you have accumulation of water in cans, bottles, jars, pots around the houses. Then when we have bushes as well, we have accumulation of water when you falls on the leaves. So, and then the mosquitoes tend to breed on these places. So in order to prevent malaria, then you have to make sure that you remove conducive environment for mosquito. That means environmental management in terms of waste management is very important.
Also, Dr. Michael Ojo emphasized the importance of parents and guidance ensuring that children sleep under mosquito nets and stay warm during the wet season. He warns that unless these simple steps are followed, the surge in malaria cases may overwhelm local health systems.
The mosquito are common during rainy season for obvious reasons. In this part of the world, you have a lot of containers, usually container here and there, that contains little water from the rain, and this harbors those mosquitoes to brew. That's why you have a lot of them during this period. And when they brew, they have to be biting people here and there. If you know that, then it means what should we do to ensure that we have less of this kind of thing? Apart from those places, they can even use ordinary, the spaces between, leaves and vegetables. So what we need to do is to ensure that our surroundings are very clear of all those debris.
A resident, Mr. Ayodeji, stresses that keeping the environment clean and disposing of waste properly can go a long way in stopping mosquitoes from breeding. He also calls for increased community sensitization, especially for children and vulnerable groups as the rains intensify.
Minimize their activities on the streets. From they go to school, back home, keep warm, stay indoors. And if the weather is good enough, if there is sunshine, then they can play outside and come back inside. I think with that, we can reduce the spread of malaria.
With the rainy season now in full swing, public health officials are urging communities to take proactive steps before preventable illnesses like malaria take a heavier toll. Adewumi Taiwo, Osrc News.
And with that report, we've come to the end of Sunshine Reports. Join us at 6 for more updates. Good afternoon.